So whatever seat sharing has happened in the Mahayuti, initially there was differences over the some seats, like in Mahim seats we have seen it. What do you are you satisfied as a Mumbai president about the seat sharing and the ticket distribution to the potential candidate? What is your view assessment about the seat sharing and the distribution of ticket?
I must tell you very frankly, this time whatever seat sharing is actually done by all three parties, and that also well within the time, is a great example of showing that one can do correct seat sharing if all the leaders come on the same page. I must give a full mark to Eknath Shinde ji, Devendra ji and Ajit Dada Pawar. Rather than talking out in the public or making a representation or hue and cry within the party cadre, maximum numbers of the seats has been unanimously decided between ourselves. The reason is simple also, because more than 200 sitting MLAs are with us. So the sitting MLA seat would go to the sitting party, and then the sitting party will decide whom to give a ticket. In that perspective, there was a less confusion and there was a less, what you can say, incidence of fight in between
disputes and
disputes between the all three parties. Now, as far as Mahim is concerned, there is no dispute. That seat is with the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, and they have rightfully declared their candidate. Only thing, when the thought came, when Amit Thackeray's name came, earlier it was Nitin Sardai's name.
Yeah.
So there was no issue. When Amit Thackeray, being the son of Raj Thackeray, and relations we all share with Mr. Raj Thackeray ji on personal level, we felt that if we all three, not one, three parties come together and decide that okay, we'll give this seat support to Mr. Amit Thackeray.
Okay.
That was a thought of should have been done by all three parties.
Okay.
Now the situation has changed. Now that issue is over.
Okay. But if you say, if you're saying that seat sharing is happened in a very amicable way, there were no much differences. But if you see, there are large number of rebel also contesting the election. They have gone against the party line. And if I remember rightly, BJP has already expelled 40 BJP leader who went against the party line and contested the election. Many people like Srikant Bharti, his own brother is also contesting as an independent. Many places in Jalgaon, I have seen many places. So how do you see this time? It never happened. The people are going against the BJP and contesting election. If you see last two election, particularly in Maharashtra, 2014 and 19. But why this time many people are going against BJP's party line?
See, rebel is a curse, maybe it with any party. If you have to compare, for the sake of comparing, I am only saying that the percentage of the rebels and rebellions are less in the BJP compared to any other party. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we are satisfied with the same. Mm-hmm. We wanted a situation where nobody should have been come to a stage of expulsion. Mm-hmm. But we have done that. Mm-hmm. I feel personally the reason is that for long time there was no election at local level. Mm. Be it a corporation, be it a Jilla Parishad, be it a Nagar Panchayat, any elections.
No opportunity.
And therefore when there is a scarcity of opportunities and one does a work for the particular constituency, he or she feels that now I have done a work. Maybe that work may be limited to a particular Jilla Parishad Ghat or a corporation ward. But that person feels that, okay, I am capable of contesting now. And in that perspective, the people have come across a situation to rebel. But whatever the reason, we are not happy to expel the people, but the situation has arisen for which we have expelled the people.
Is there also strategic decisions to not to expel many, but just so some of them are expelled? Strategic decision. What I mean to say that the expel, if they get elected, they may join the BJP later on. So BJP number get increased compared to other political parties which are in the alliance.
Let me be very frank with you. BJP is in no mood, was never in mood, and will not do that. Our central leadership from day one, before even the election candidature issue comes, was very clear when they had a discussion with our core committee and the instructions from the center also, and we also decided that no, as a Mahayuti we will contest. As a Mahayuti we want to win. As a Mahayuti we want to do share. There should not be the game of this Padapadi what Uddhavji is expert about.
Okay.
So central instruction was also clear, and we have also come to a conclusion, and we are happy that Mr. Shindeji and Ajit Dada Pawar also are on the same line.
Okay. So, but what hold back not to declare Shinde Chief Minister, who is the incumbent Chief Minister of Maharashtra, as a Chief Minister face?
Because
If you are going, as alliance, and he is a present Chief Minister, what is the reason behind it, or is there any formula post poll?
that is very clear. See, it is not the situation like Mahavikas Aghadi where any of our party leader has come publicly and said that please declare my name or please declare anybody's name, which has happened in Mahavikas Aghadi. Why this situation is not in Mahayuti? Because we 3 or 4 parties are on the consensus that we will fight this election under the leadership of Eknath Shindeji. We will sit after the election under the leadership of Eknath Shindeji. We will make a consensus over ourselves. If required, we will discuss the people into the center and we will finalize the next chief minister.
Okay.
So that has this has been clearly understanding has been done.
Okay. If the Mahayuti comes in power, the Eknath Shinde will continue as the Chief Minister, or BJP will have their own?
I have replied, no.
Okay.
Under the Eknath Shindeji's leadership, we all 3 party leaders will sit. We will try and make a consensus with the help of central leadership. We will decide.
Okay. In 2014, BJP got 120 something odd seats. In 2019, BJP got 105 seats. BJP always believe in the Shat Pratishat Bhajapa everywhere. Even JP Nadda said that regional party should not be grow. That they need their party to grow. But if you see in Maharashtra, the BJP space is shrinking and the regional party is taking the more space. How do you see BJP's growth in Maharashtra? Where the BJP earlier was depend only Shiv Sena, that was united. Now it is depend on the 2 regional parties.
I think your question in itself need to amend, and we need to answer it very exclusively. Number 1, BJP was never on the shoulder of on Shiv Sena. When Shiv Sena is not born, that time also we are having our corporator in the corporation, and our MLA got elected into the assembly. Also from Mumbai, Ashu Advani has been elected then. Also from Mumbai, Vaman Rao Parab has been elected then. And not only that, in the first region of Sharad Pawarji, as a Jana Sangha, we are into the ministry. There was no party as Shiv Sena then.
Yeah.
So it is a false and fallacy that because of Shiv Sena we are there. Rather, because of us Shiv Sena grown.
Okay.
And after our alliance, they grown it heavily, and we are happy.
Okay.
Because Bala Sahib's leadership was there for our ideological commitment. So let's know the fact that if at all who is on whose shoulder, that Shiv Sena was on the BJP shoulder, they grew.
Okay.
But we are happy till Bala Sahib was there. Uddhavji became arrogant because of that, because he doesn't know the fact we have of earlier stage.
Okay.
Although he doesn't know that his first MLAs contested the election of MLA-ship on our symbol. They were not having the symbol also.
Correct.
So the party was not existing, symbol was not there. That party, how can say that we are because of them? So it is their arrogance, number 1. Number 2, when you compare 2014, 2019 and now, and you make an allegation there is a shrinking, it is also false and fallacy. In 2014, we contested more than 270 seats, 280 seats with Alliance 288, and we won 120 above. Then we contested in Alliance less than 200, and we won 105. And now we are contesting 152.
Okay.
So the seats we are contesting, we have compromised with the friends. That's why the elected numbers is less because of that. Had situation will be there in 2019 that we would have contested all, we would have crossed 120. So let's get the fact corrected.
Okay.
We wanted to grow with the friends. We gave them a space. And Naddaji never said that we don't want to see the growth of any regional party. We are of the commitment that Shat Pratishat Bhajapa, yes.
Okay.
Tell me one party in this country who says that I don't want to grow.
Yeah,
Somebody like Shiv Sena, who has not even a presence in some part of Maharashtra, still their spokesperson Sanjay Raut says Uddhav Thackeray will be the Prime Minister. So he is not fully in a state. He thinks about ruling the nation. And somebody like me, who is a party throughout the nation, and we should say, no, we don't want to grow. In Punjab, let AAP grow. And we should say, in Bengal, let Mamta grow. This is a hypocrisy.
Okay.
Everybody goes for Shat Pratishat. Bhajapa is saying that we are Shat Pratishat Bhajapa. We want to do it. And it is a fact that we want to tell the all cadre
Okay.
that we wanted to serve the everybody
Okay.
throughout the country.
Okay. So coming back to the election scenario, what are the agendas that are going to be highlighted, and which will be the X factor in this election? And you have been contesting election, and big experience of these political things.
See, our agenda is only development, progress, peace, and obviously inclusive growth. And we are working on that direction. We are taking that points only. And inclusive growth, that's why we have taken the schemes like Ladli Behna, Bhayashri Yojana, Tirthasthal Yojana, Kaushalya Vikas Yojana, and development. We are doing this Maharashtra Vision program, bringing the investment from the foreign, making a situation of like 80,000 crore rupees, one Vadhavan Bandar we are bringing back here. So all these things is a growth story and development stories with a social face, a human face. I think that we will propagate. That is our agenda.
Okay, but what do you think about another line BJP is propagating? Batenge to Katenge, and Ajit Pawar has also objected that they don't agree such kind of
whether Ajit Pawar agrees or doesn't agree, it is his personal choice or his party's choice. I don't wish to comment on that. Batenge to Katenge is the reality. If the communities gets divided, it is not a healthy sign for society. If one community talks against another community, it is not good sign for democracy. And as a nation also, if all nationalists doesn't come together, it is not a good situation for the country also. The urban Naxalites wants to divide this country against east to west, Mool Purush to Arya Purush, north to east, Hindi to non-Hindi. These all divisions of Maowadi, Naxalwadis they are trying to do. The answer to the same is Batenge to Katenge. We want to be one as a nation.
Okay. So, in Lok Sabha, Mahayuti particularly faced the vote transfer, and the RSS mouthpiece organizer and the Marathi magazine Vivek has also written about it. Because of Ajit Pawar, they could not, able to transfer their vote to the BJP and the Shiv Sena. So that has damaged them in the Lok Sabha. So what do you think in the state assemblies things will be improved or the course correction has been taken?
The organizer has all freedom to write. It's a freedom of them to write what they want to. But as a BJP, we feel that we got a help because of Mr. Pawar being with us. And now in the assembly election, it will be greatly helped.
Okay. What do you think about if no party, no alliance get the majority in the post-poll scenario? What is, as a political, observer or the experts or scholar, what is your own assessment of the Maharashtra post-poll scenario?
In post-poll scenario, according to me now, in current situation, the ball game has changed. And now I can see that Mahayuti is going towards a very fabulous victory and a clear majority. But in hypothetically, if you are asking me a question, I will request to the voters. They are the smart, they know what they need to do. But I can only request that give a clear mandate. Because unclear mandate is not good for any state. That's a general statement I'm making.
Correct.
But here in a situation where I feel that we are going for a clear majority.
Okay. And just last question, what is your view about the most of the project, because opposition also raising it taken away from Maharashtra and given to particularly Gujarat?
Let them prove one.
Okay.
See, the foreign investment is coming in good number in Maharashtra. Inside also, if there is a rating between the state, Maharashtra is number one. As an industrial state, Maharashtra is doing well. And look, who is asking this question? The people who oppose for Vadhavan Bandar, those who oppose for Aramco's project, those who oppose for Nanar project, those who oppose for airport project. These are the people, that is Ubhata Sena. they will create a opposition. They will create a situation where Zyka, Japanese government is investing the money for the metro. They will give a signal stay. So don't bring the money for here for the development. They are the opposition. They are the real culprits. If at all the situations come, if the foreign investors or the big companies are rethinking before coming to the Maharashtra, it is only because of Bobata Sena.
Okay. And that's remind me last question, because it's very crucial also. Prime Minister Economical Advisor has submitted their report, and the report that stated that per capita income and the GDP growth of Maharashtra is stagnant or declined. Gujarat that was far behind to Maharashtra as going ahead. How do you see, Maharashtra's growth engine has been slowing down?
Maharashtra is I can say, much ahead than Gujarat. Looking at the population, the capacities, intellectual power, the human resource, the natural resource, I think Maharashtra can't be, forget Gujarat, no other state can take over Maharashtra. And if there is a competition, we as a Maharashtra, we are ready to take head on win the race of growth.
Okay.
And in that perspective, I'll urge to these political parties, especially to Bobata Sena and all this, don't try to become a speed breaker into the growth machine. Don't create a situation where the person who will come, who wants to invest $1, give him the sense of security for his dollar. Rather than doing the Andolan,